House Republicans pass massive border security bill with conservative priorities ahead of Title 42 expiration. Let's dive into the details, shall we? House Republicans on Thursday passed a major border security package just hours before Title 42 expires. As Political reports, the bill contains many conservative priorities, including restarting construction on the border wall, expanding E-Verify, and placing new limits on asylum seekers. The legislation also slashes funding for globalist NGOs who often contribute to border lawlessness by aiding human smugglers. How interesting is that? The government gives these organizations money and then they just go and fund human smugglers. Gotta love it. Furthermore, it ramps up deportation of illegal aliens and significantly cuts off asylum access, according to Axios. Today's efforts come after months of negotiation, which began back in March. The final vote on the legislation was 219 to 213, with every single Democrat voting against the bill. Two Republicans decided to vote against the package despite concerted efforts by House leadership. Representative Thomas Massie, Republican from Kentucky, and Representative John Duarte, Republican from California, were the two lawmakers who voted nay. Here's Duarte's reason. He writes on Twitter, "Amidst a humanitarian crisis on our border, we need solutions, not messaging. I call my colleagues from both sides of the aisle to work together on a practical fix to our broken immigration system." He writes in a full statement, "After much thought, I have voted against H.R. 2, the Secure Our Border Act of 2023. While I wholeheartedly support enhanced border security, Valley families deserve practical solutions that both Democrats and Republicans can support. Unfortunately, this bill would harm many families that work in our valley and create difficulties for our food producers. As it stands, this legislation is dead on arrival in the Senate. However, I believe we could do better. With hard work from both Democrats and Republicans, we can deliver real results to fix DACA, ensure a flexible and effective guest worker program, and protect our border. I encourage my colleagues from both parties to work together on a bipartisan bill that benefits our working families and strengthens our nation's economy. I understand that my vote will not be popular among some of my fellow Republicans. I am committed to upholding my promise to put working families ahead of Washington party politics. I have never been afraid to stand up for our valley, even if it means standing alone at times. I will continue to work with my colleagues, both Democrats and Republicans, to find common sense solutions to secure our border and protect our families," he writes. Massie opposed the legislation due to E-Verify provisions. National E-Verify is a mandate on all Americans in response to a problem the government itself caused by failing to secure our border, Massie writes on Twitter. He continues, "Today I will vote no on the 200-plus page package of 8-plus bills that contain E-Verify. Solve the real problem. Don't infringe on America's rights." House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, in an interview, said he was pleased with how the party hung together. He writes, "We all wanted to achieve the same thing, but we started off in a very different place. Today made sense as the right date to do it because more people are focusing on the problem than I've seen in a long time. Here you have Republicans coming together saying there is a way to fix it." House Democrats, of course, had nothing productive to say. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat from New York, whined that Republicans wanted to weaponize and politicize the border as opposed to doing something meaningful about it. While the legislation, as currently written, will not pass the Senate, this political win gives the GOP leverage. With certain chaos to result from Title 42's expiration, Republicans can point to a solution and at the same time hammer the regime for letting Americans suffer. Indeed, several senators across party lines are focused on addressing the end of Title 42. with mounting pressure, it is plausible we could see an eventual extension of the order with a handful of these conservative priorities in a final piece of legislation. The lives of Americans are on the line thanks to upcoming invasion. The quicker a solution is reached, the safer we will be, the article says. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, they're not going to pass the Senate or anything, but like the article is saying, it does give the Republicans some leverage in political ads with all this coming up, the election season coming up, I should say. Yeah, this will definitely give them leverage for ads. They voted no on the thing that could help stop the border invasion, stuff like that. So they'll have stuff like that in the ads, and that's a win for that, I guess, for Republicans. But it's not going to pass the Senate. Biden definitely would not sign this into law. Definitely not. Got to give props to Thomas Massie, always principled. I was like, Thomas Massie voted against this? I was kind of surprised, but then he goes on, no, E-Verify. I'm like, oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I like that. And the other guy was his name, John Duarte. He, for his own still the same reasons. He's principled, at least. It just sounds like there's immigrants in his place, illegal immigrants in these places, though, where he said food production. He's like, food production is going to be affected. So, yeah, that's probably what he's saying. But still, he wants to secure the border, make the wall bigger, probably better, and everything. I guess we'll see what happens, but as long as Biden's president, I don't see this going anywhere, and I think all this is just going to get worse. More and more people are going to keep pouring in from around the world. That's just how it's going to be for the remainder of Biden's presidency. But, that's just my opinion. What's your opinion on this story? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for daily news updates, hit that notification bell, and share this video to help spread the news. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.